quick lesson today about section 3.3, types of angles. First type of angle is an zero angle, which is quite simply an angle with a measure of 0. And what that ends up looking like is basically a ray and another ray right on top of it, because as it's a 0 angle, it has two rays lying on top of each other. The next type of an angle is an acute angle, which has a measure between 0 and 90 degrees. So you have a ray and another ray opening from it, and the angle measure is less than 90 degrees, obviously. By the way, this point where the two rays meet, that is known as the vertex. This type of angle is called a right angle, which is exactly 90 degrees. And to signify a right angle, we put a little box in the corner, which you should be familiar with. Angle is an obtuse angle, which is between 90 and 180 degrees. So it's open up like that. There's an obtuse angle. And the fifth type of angle is a straight angle, which is an angle that is exactly 180 degrees. And what that ends up looking like is a line, because you have a ray, and then a vertex, and then another ray. And that's not a great picture. Let me back that up. Vertex and another ray, so it ends up looking like a straight line. Complementary angles that add up to equal 90 degrees. So they do not have to be attached, they can simply be two angles. If this angle is 30, if I can write on this thing, wow, that's a bad 3. If this angle is 30 degrees, then its complement is 60 degrees. Together they add up to be 90 degrees. And finally, supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. So once again, if I have a 30 degree angle, then its supplement would be a 150 degree angle. They have to add together to be 180. Pairs of angles you need to be aware of. Adjacent angles are just two angles that share a side. Basically, you can have any angle, and if it's cut in half, now I have two angles, angle 1, angle 2, they are adjacent angles because they share this middle side right here. Okay, most importantly, the last two. A linear pair is two adjacent angles that add up to 180 degrees. Together they make a line, hence the name linear pair. Together they make a line. So this is the example here. Angles 1 and angle 2, they're adjacent, they share a side, and they add up to 180, so they're supplementary. That is a linear pair. Finally, vertical angles, they're opposite of each other in congruent. They're formed when two lines intersect. The vertical angles are the one opposite each other. So this angle and this angle, for example, are vertical angles. They're congruent, which means they have the same measure. So that would be equal to that. And similarly, these are also vertical angles. Here and here, these would also be equal to each other, and they're also vertical angles. So that is the concept of vertical angles. There are a few examples, possible diagrams. Number 1, an angle is 1/4 the measure of its supplement. So basically, I have an angle. I'm going to call it x. It is 1/4 its supplement, so together we know, since they're supplements, they have to add up to be 180 degrees. So if x is 1/4 its supplement, the other one must be 4x. Add it together, you get 5x. 180 divided by 5 is a 36 degree angle. Okay, so x equals 36 degrees. That's the smaller of the two, and then 4 times that, or 144 degrees, is the supplement. Angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary and adjacent angles. Well, if they're supplementary and adjacent, they must form a linear pair. So angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 is 60. So if this is 60 degrees and they're supplementary, then angle 2 subtract from 180. 180 minus 60 is a 120 degree angle. Finally, our last two examples. If angle 1 is 43 degrees, angle 2, once again, you subtract from 180. 180 minus 43 degrees is going to get you 137 degrees for angle 2. If angle 1 is x, then the only thing you can do to find angle 2 is just a 180 degrees minus x. So that would be your answer for part B. Finally, number 4, if this angle is 62 degrees, we know that angle 2 must be 62 degrees because they are vertical angles. Because 62 and angle 1 make a linear pair, we can find angle 1 by doing 180 minus 62, which means this is 118 degrees. And then angle 3 must also be 118 degrees. That is lesson 3.3.